China has gone from having virtually no private cars a few decades ago to more than 30 million by the end of last year. Indeed, if current trends continue, China will have more cars than the United States by 2030. More cars, more roads and highways, thousands of miles of roads and highways already under construction. China's first modern highway opened 20 years ago. Now they have 33,000 miles of new expressways. You can't change a country's infrastructure like that without changing the entire country. This is a Ford showroom in Chongqing, where the customer is treated like a visiting dignitary. Understand that 80% of those Chinese considering the purchase of a car are first-time buyers.
The Chinese customer is not just about himself.
Vivian Palmer is a Ford marketing manager.
It is very much influenced by his family, because this is a very significant purchase, especially if it's a first-time buyer. It's not about just him or her being in the vehicle. So the whole family needs to be convinced that this is the right vehicle.
This is the Hu family, 2 brothers, their wives, and 1 sister. They're going to split the cost and share the car. 9 out of 10 buyers in China pay cash. Chinese cars are much cheaper, but nearly 3 out of every 4 cars sold in China carries the brand of one of the giant global auto companies like Toyota, Volkswagen, and Ford.
We know the Ford line, but we want to check it out for ourselves. This car is very good. However, the price is higher than the Chinese cars. But they're all made in China. The American cars, too.
The cars are nearly all made in China, and they are better than the Chinese brands. The prospects of all those Chinese customers has every foreign automobile company drooling. But there's some major league local competition girding itself to compete here at home in China and eventually in the United States.
We have to make use of every second, every minute, every hour. Our company wastes a lot. Workers are just standing there waiting for the line. Why are they getting paid to do nothing? I'm not sure you guys understand me. Every time I tell you, you just simply don't get it.
In Mingshan owns Li Fan Motors and has been building cars for 3 years. Before that, he was known as the motorcycle king of Chongqing. When you were younger, when you were starting your motorcycle business, you took some technology from Honda. You reverse engineered it, and then you started making your own motorcycles. The reason that the United States is worried about selling high-tech products here is they fear that Chinese scientists will reverse engineer it and steal it. He already sells cars throughout the developing world, and now AIG, the largest insurance company in America, has agreed to make a major investment in his company. Study him closely. He's tough, he's competitive, he doesn't mind bending the rules, and he has his eye on the U.S. market.
I want to send a message to China and the world that you can't dump dangerous products on American consumers.
Philadelphia lawyer Jeffrey Colino's view is understandably colored by the fact that he represents the families of 3 young construction workers who were involved in a fatal car crash. The cause of the crash was tire failure, and that, says Colino, was the fault of the Chinese manufacturer, who cut costs by eliminating a critical safety feature, a 30-cent gum strip.
If you do not watch the Chinese manufacturer every second of the way, they will find a way to put profit in front of safety.
A lot of Americans have a jaundiced view of China and its impact on the United States. Bob Sabina is head of the United Auto Workers local at a Monroe, Michigan plant that supplied Ford with drive shafts and catalytic converters.
Because we've been already told, if we can't meet that lowest bidder, then we won't do business with you. Right now, the Chinese are the lowest bidder, pretty much, so wages are cheaper. I mean, health and safety, like ours, is non-existent in China.
There was a time when America's economic trousers were supported by what is now loosely referred to as the Rust Belt. The automobile industry and its associated suppliers sprawled across the Midwest, providing middle-class jobs to blue-collar workers. Now, that's withering fast as production moves elsewhere in search of cheaper labor. Ford is shutting down the Monroe operation later this year, affecting 1,200 jobs. Except that some of those jobs are moving to a new plant just a half-hour away. Same jobs, same equipment, same union. Different employer and much lower pay.
I was making $28.63, I believe, at Ford's, and I'm making $15.75 here.
And the new boss is, you guessed it, Chinese.
We bought more than 10 different manufacturing companies in the United States in the last 10 years.
Pin Ni runs the American operation for Wanxiang, China's largest auto parts company.
This is a perfect, classic business model. It fit us in terms of what we're thinking very well, which means American assembling, American engineering, American customer service, and the China component, which means the low-cost components.